So tonight we're doing two different ramen brands and also a margarita pizza. So this pizza is DiGiorno thin crust original, and I'm gonna start by cutting this, and then I'll have something to eat so the eating can begin right away while the noodles are cooking. And honestly, we might just do this big boy style and not even worry about cutting it into slices and just half it and go right in. So let's just start it off with some eating straight up. Yes. A very nice crunch on that thin crust, those edges. I just love that combination of the kind of earthiness of the basil, that kind of herbaceousness with the sweetness of the tomatoes, that combo, and then like the ooey gooey richness of the cheese melding all around it. I feel like it's the perfect flavor profile for a pizza. This is dank. This is bomb for a frozen pizza. Much better than the last frozen pizza I ate on my channel. And the crust is actually like a little bit thick. It's actually got some crust on there. It's not just all flat like a thin crust often is. But the entire texture of the crust is very, very crunchy. Alright. We need to go ahead and get our noodles going. So we got, this is the Niyoguri spicy seafood. And then we also have the K-Army stew style with chili beans. All this is from Walmart. All of these items cost me about $30 or so, plus a Red Bull that I drank beforehand. They didn't have, I had noticed like a spicy ramen in there that I thought would be cool to eat on the channel. It looked like the type of stuff you see people eat in these types of videos, but they didn't have it, so I just grabbed these two. And I was kind of a little bummed out, but I was like, I just gotta see it through. I can't let that like completely derail my plan, you know? So here's the individual package. I've got the boiling water to the side over here. I think I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the K-Army in this matching green container. Pour the water over it and then just sink these noodles into the rest of the water. Here's this package. Hopefully that's a good view. So let's kind of maybe center this. I'm gonna make a mess. Okay. Nice little thick disc of noodles here. I think I'm just gonna do one pack of each since I have the pizza too. And then we've also got soup base and then some, what is the term they use for these? Flakes. Some vegetable type flakes. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour those in. It almost looks like straight croutons. I don't know if that's some kind of meat or I don't even know what that is. And then I guess we'll go all out. We'll just pour the full soup base. A lot of times I use just a sprinkle of it, or don't use that at all because it's very salty and that's the part that's most not good for you. All right, I'm gonna stand up to do this, and we're just gonna kind of wing it. I think it said about 2 cups of water is required. Hopefully this is like an okay view. And we're just gonna pour in a generous amount. And then I'm gonna just jab it with this knife to break it up so it hopefully... It said about 4 minutes for it to cook to al dente doneness. So there's that one. Just push that. Yeah, water just got all over the table. Whatever. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm very messy and whatever. We just go for it. Eat first, ask questions later, clean up the mess later. Okay. Here's the other disc. These almost look a little bit thicker than the K Army. I kind of like the thickness on those. We're just going to go ahead and plop that in. This is probably not super visible, but maybe that'll at least give a partial view. And then same with this one. It's got both flakes and the soup base. So here's some flakes. Feels like I'm feeding a fish or something, sprinkling in the flakes in the tank. And here's the soup base. Ooh. That one was looking a little chunky. It had some little mounds in there. Alright, so again, we're going to knife it. Alright, and then we're just going to let those mellow for a minute. I might go ahead and move them out of the way. I'll move this. And then move these. Alright, so what I'm going to be adding, I got these cooked shrimp, extra small. These are basically already cooked and you just put it in cold water if you've never had them before. A lot of times I like to grill them and all that, but I was feeling a little lazy, so I did not do that. Yeah, I just want to try to get some of this mess out of the way. Just got noodles like all over. The dog is like circling my feet trying to scrounge up some stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and take some more of this. Man, I'm kind of over the noodles. I just want to eat this whole pizza, honestly. This is just hitting right now. So my intention was to, or is, I guess, to spice up the ramen with some extra stuff. With the shrimp flavor, I was going to put that shrimp And then I have here some green onions, mushrooms, and some cabbage. I have to confess, when I was at the store, I scanned the cabbage and then just put it directly in the bagging area at the self-checkout. And then it said to weigh it. But I had already put it down in the baggage area. And so it weighed it at like 0.01 and it only cost like 2 cents. Which, and I noticed it in that moment, and I know that it costs more than that, but I was like too anxious to like get the cashier and correct it, and I just figured it didn't really matter, so I accidentally pulled a scam at the self-checkout, but I promise you that's something that I never normally do. It's just that sometimes when stuff like that happens, it just seems easier to like just roll with it rather than going and grabbing the cashier and having to wait while she figured out how to like void it and rescan it and all that. I just had too much anxiety in that moment, and I just felt like I couldn't do it. And that's okay, you know? I probably should have done that, but it's okay to not be perfect and, you know, sometimes to do something that you know wasn't necessarily the absolutely right thing to do. And at the end of the day, like, I don't think this costs more than like $2, so it's not like I'm putting different labels on a game system and freaking pulling a big time scam, which I know people do. I have no idea how to cut up cabbage, so I just I just kind of went for it while talking. I don't even need much of this. This is nice. This looks pretty nice. It's pretty. There's the cabbage. It smells pretty nice too. Pretty earthy, fragrant. Yes. I don't know. I know people put cabbage in ramen, right? So I wanted to spice it up a little bit. I'm just gonna cut into it. And then I should probably go ahead and throw it in there hot pot style. So I'm just going to go for it. Put a little bit in each. So that'll be something to spice up the ramen, you know what I mean? You can always elevate your little ramen bowl rather than just having it be. I also got some pre-sliced baby Bella mushrooms. Throw a little pop of those in each one as well. I guess I maybe should have tasted each one before adding stuff, but I want to go ahead and add it so it kind of cooks a little bit with it. Softens up a bit. And then, of course, green onions for a topping. If you like cooking or any of that stuff, then you should know that that's one of the main things that you just throw on top of something, garnish it, add a little bit of extra flavor, so on and so forth, you know what I mean? Green onions is kind of the go-to. I'm being lazy, so I'm just not even going to unwrap it and just cut off the tops garnish style, and I'm actually going to sit this to the side. I don't know. I feel like maybe I could have planned this out better, but, you know, we just wing it and we just go for it. Go ahead and dump that shrimp in there as well, so that'll be warm. And then I'm just going to finish the pizza. Give this a couple more minutes. Oh, I think one of those hard noodles kind of attached itself to the bottom. I was like, what is that? And the margarita is extra dank, I have to say. These soups should be getting there. I kind of want to try them before I just eat the whole pizza, because then I'm going to have no appetite to eat any of the ramens. But you know, I had to include my traditional American food, some frozen junk food, you know. Alright, so we're going to give a sprinkle of the green onions. And then maybe I'll try to sit up in a way that I can eat this. Alright, so this is the chili stew with chili beans. I'm gonna just go ahead and try to get a little mushroom on there, a little cabbage. That's spicier than I was anticipating chili flavor to be. I was thinking, because it said with, like, what's this? What did it say on it? It says, yeah, it says with chili beans. It says stew with chili beans. So I was thinking that just meant like kind of like beany flavor. But I think it's actually got some chili pepper in there too. It actually is pretty spicy. I definitely should have cooked down the cabbage and mushrooms more before adding them. Either added them from the start with the noodles or cooked them separately first beforehand. Both of those are still close to raw. But they do add a nice little variation in the texture. It's almost too stark though, the raw cabbage in there. I feel like it's kind of subtracting. There's a little chili bean. So it actually does have some full beans just in that little, whatever it is, mix. The flakes. And then it's got these as well, which kind of looks like a little piece of like soggy bread or something. It's kind of spongy. It almost tastes a little fishy. Here's a bigger one. That tastes kind of weird. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Yeah, pollock it says as. Dried fish, yeah. So that's just a dried fish piece. But that's not, I kind of like the flakes. It's, you know, you can eat it on its own without having to add stuff. And it actually has some different chunks, some different flavors. I think this is definitely better than, you know, the cheap top ramen that I would normally buy if I were going to buy noodles. It's got more to it. It's more edible on its own without adding stuff, I feel like. Man, okay. And we will go ahead now and try the shrimp. Oops, I'll go ahead and get a little green onion action on that. Try to wipe some of this mess out of the way. Okay. Yeah, so these noodles are definitely significantly thicker. This is gonna be the Neoguri spicy seafood. I feel like that might not be visible the way the camera's set up, but I need to get some like clear bowls or something. I don't know. I'm just figuring it out as I go, guys. Just kind of weighing it, you know. Alright. So here's this. Definitely got a fishy seafood flavor. Initially, it doesn't taste quite as hot as the other one to me. It's not quite as spicy. The noodles are definitely kind of... I feel like the noodles aren't fully cooked. I think the water started to cool off a little faster than it needed to. But the noodles, because they're so much fatter, are a lot softer, a lot more of a doughy quality. I would say I definitely prefer these noodles overall. I can tell that much, even though I feel like they're not quite done enough. Just a little bit underdone. Definitely still edible. Now this one's solid. I think adding the little shrimps in there so you can get some actual shrimp with the flavor of the broth works well. I think that's definitely a smart addition. Oh, there's a bunch of shrimps all together. Again, the cabbage didn't really cook it all, throwing it in there last minute, but I'm not super mad at it. It's, you know, I don't really eat cabbage that often, I feel like, unless it's in like coleslaw or something. But it's kind of a nice nice change of pace, the flavor of it. Yeah, that's nice when you get a couple of the shrimps in there. And even though the cabbage is rawer than I feel like it should be, as I've said several times already, I'm enjoying the flavor of it with the soup. It's got that kind of very fresh, vegetable, crunchy, earthy type flavor. And it's nice. I've been enjoying and craving that type of flavor recently, I feel like. So I'm sure this video is already probably at least like 20 minutes or so. I've been kind of wanting to start trying to do shorter videos because longer ones just take so long to upload. I don't know if it's just my internet connection or if that's always the case with longer videos, but it'll literally be like hours that it's sitting there uploading. And I'll always be doing it at night, and then I'll want to go to bed, but it's like not quite done yet, and it's just a whole thing. But I feel like this type of content, when you're just sitting there eating and making food and stuff, is usually always longer. It's kind of hard to do a video like this that's, you know, under 10 minutes or so. I don't know why, but I just keep going back into the soup. It's like it was good, you know. I feel like it's been a while since I've had like ramen type soup. Oh, that definitely got spicy when I sipped the juice. I think I would definitely, well, especially with adding the shrimp and stuff, I would probably prefer the spicy seafood. But I feel like this chili stew, whatever, is a solid choice as well. Those little freeze dried fish chunks, I feel like are a nice addition. Just because of that, because all that gives it more body. If I was just eating it without adding anything, I might choose the chili stew. But with adding those big shrimps, I feel like the way I did it, the spicy seafood kind of takes the cake. Just having that shrimp flavored broth with real shrimps. It's hard for little freeze dried fish chunks to compete. Yeah, definitely getting full, so I think I might have to go ahead and wrap this up here momentarily. Really appreciate anyone who took the time to watch this video and eat with me. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment as well. And subscribe to my channel for more content like this and other various content. I would appreciate all that, you know. Yeah, overall though, I think solid little meal. This was definitely the best though, I can't cap. I feel like I have to finish it. It's just so good. Yeah. Alright, the pizza's down, the ramen's down. I do not want to clean all this up, but I guess that's all that's left. Again, thank you for watching. Hope everybody has a wonderful day or night or whatever period of time it is where you are right now. Yeah.